Think Again. Removing Roadblocks to Faith by H.K. Chapman. The Resurrection Validated. The resurrection of Jesus Christ is the most important event to be validated in history. It is the credentials of his deity, declared to be the Son of God with power by the resurrection from the dead. Romans 1:4. The fact of the resurrection is the foundation for Christianity. But it is not blind faith. The evidence for the resurrection is unbeatable. British investigative journalist Frank Morrison set out to write a book that would refute the resurrection, believing that it was nothing but a fairy tale. But after months of carefully sifting through the evidence, he was forced to come to the opposite conclusion. He fell on his knees and accepted Christ as his own personal living Savior. He then wrote the book, Who Moved the Stone?, detailing the evidence that he could not refute. In another book, a lawyer examines the Bible. Irwin H. Linton quotes the verdict on the resurrection by some of the greatest legal minds in British history. Lord Lyndhurst of England, in a letter detailing his verdict on the resurrection and why he became a Christian, stated, "I know pretty well what evidence is, and I tell you, such evidence as that for the resurrection has never broken down yet." Another lawyer, Lord Caldecote, Lord Chief Justice of England, said, after examining the evidence, "The claims of Jesus Christ, namely his resurrection, has led me to believe it as a fact beyond dispute." Additionally, Dr. Simon Greenleaf, a famous royal professor of law at Harvard University, examined the historical evidence surrounding the resurrection as recorded in the Bible and other historical writings. He wrote a book entitled An Examination of the Testimony of the Four Evangelists in the Courts of Justice. What caused the disciples of Jesus to believe and boldly preach about the resurrection? It was the fact that they had seen Jesus themselves after he was raised from the dead. They were eyewitnesses. In 1 Corinthians 15:5-8, Paul records that Jesus was seen alive after his death on the cross, not just by the 12 apostles, but also by over 500 other people. Paul, while still an enemy of the faith, encountered the risen Jesus, and it changed his life from persecuting the believers to becoming one of the main missionaries of the gospel. It is because of the eyewitnesses of the resurrected Jesus that the gospel spread across the Roman Empire and into the rest of the world. The apostles died for their faith, as they could not deny this truth.